Again, great to have you join us on the XD podcast. You've been in the industry for a number of decades, and you've seen a lot of advances in automation. You've seen more networking of assets. You've seen some of the people challenges that American manufacturing has gone through right now. So, when you think of all those things, right, more automation with machines, more networking, more advanced automation replacing aging assets. Now we talk about the world of data, right, and pulling data out of assets and how valuable that data is. So, maybe let me ask you for your opinion, Nick, because you touch, a lot of machine builders, a lot of users, a lot of corporate facilities in the work that you do. And tell me about data. Tell me why, number one, it's crucial to pull data out of these machines, data out of the assets. Is it being used? Does it offer people tangible benefits today? And if you're a
Sure.
big stakeholder of a company, is it something that they should have a game plan to do?
Yeah, no, it's great question. So I think, many people have said, data is the new gold or whatnot, right? As far as just our daily life. But if you look at manufacturing in an industrial space, it's huge. It's very, very important. How the data gets out of the machines and how do you enable older machines to produce data is a very big challenge right now, especially for smaller, mid-sized companies. And how do you even start that journey, right? So that's a whole nother topic we could certainly touch on. But I think if you look at data today, and machines, especially new machines, are producing tons of data. How is that data being deployed, and what value are you getting out of the data as a manufacturer? That varies, right? If you look at large users, for sure, they have tons of engineers, and they're doing a lot of very interesting things with data and pushing some data up to the edge. And how do you process that, and how do you really visualize the data? The smaller tiers and smaller manufacturers, yeah, I don't know. I think they throw it in a data lake and they maybe access it once in a while, but I don't think they're really getting the value that's there, and or they're getting too much data and they just don't know what to do with it. So I think there's a big struggle on how do you start, who do you start with, like what is your real driving factor to really try to access data, and then try to draw up a roadmap of like what are we trying to accomplish and how do we scale it.
Well,
So yeah, it's an interesting topic for sure. It's a lot of stuff being discussed about it.
Yeah, well, what do you see the biggest bottleneck being? And obviously, small manufacturers don't have the same resources and capabilities as the bigger and larger ones, which you rightly pointed out. But what do you see as the big bottleneck? Is it labor? Is it the usability of the tools, or is it the fact that companies just haven't figured out how to really monetize this?
Yeah, I think it's trying to find the proper use case and how do you get your value out of it. So if you're going to invest a whole bunch of money to do all the cybersecurity around moving the data, pushing it to the cloud, doing all that work, what's your return on your investment, right? And that really has to be what you start with, is like, what am I trying to accomplish versus let's just go grab data for data's sake and get all this vibration analysis and all this other information from the machine and then do nothing with it. It's just a waste of everyone's efforts.
Yeah, yeah. Great. That's great. That's great insight. Somehow I always think about the consumer world in our consumer lives. You look at all the devices that are networked and on IoT, and we figured that out in a much faster, more sophisticated way, right? You think of Ring doorbells and Nest thermostats and Sensis and all the things that you connect, all the IoT devices connected in your house today, and they're all working on data, and they're accumulating data and feeds, and even to the point where you're paying a subscription fee for it, right? To be able to have it. And so we haven't found a way to get that in American manufacturing yet, in a very widespread way.